Hello, my name is Amy, and this is for NU646, week 9. And this is in regards to some psych therapy for my patient, which is a 36-year-old African American woman named Mindy. She was referred to outpatient therapy due to 5 months after giving birth to her third child. She states that she has two boys and the newest is a little girl. She talks with a flat affect when describing her lack of interest in being a mother. She also expresses concerns over recurring thoughts of seeing herself drop her baby and cries as she discusses, saying, "I would never hurt my baby." Okay. All righty. So good afternoon, Miss Mindy. Miss Williams, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. I'm
Okay.
okay.
All righty. Well, I'm reading here your medical records from your doctor that referred you to me, and I would like to discuss with you, see what your thoughts and feelings and emotions are, what's going on, how may I help you? You set some short-term goals for you to end up being long-term goals for you to be successful, with your depression, okay, or with your thoughts that you're having, okay?
Please help me.
All right, so first of all, tell me a little bit about what's going on. Tell me a little bit more.
So this is my third child, my third baby, my only girl, and I don't know. I got depressed after I had her. It was just really different. I felt different. I felt weird. The moment she came, it was just not the way I remembered my first and second, delivery. And since then, I've just had reoccurring thoughts that she could get hurt. I could hurt her. I could drop her. She and I'm like, am I seeing things? Am I hallucinating? Because I would never do anything like that. I don't want to intentionally do that. So I've become so protective, you know?
Okay. So I hear that you say that it makes you feel a little different, a little weird. Tell me more about that. What do you mean? Tell me a little bit more about what you mean you feel weird.
Like my heart's always racing every time I'm holding her. And when I'm about to give her to somebody, I just visualize her just drop, you know? And then I get so scared and then I don't want to. I don't want to give her up to anybody. And then inside, my body just feels like numb. Is that something, is that a way I would describe it? It just feels numb. And it feels like anxious. Yeah, I think that's the word. Anxious, like something bad is gonna happen.
Okay. So how long have you been having these thoughts, these images or ideas
So,
of you?
well, I kind of noticed something was wrong after delivery. I would probably say a couple of hours after delivery, but it's just gotten worse over time. And that's when I finally went to see my doctor and told him I needed help because it's just getting worse and worse. I'm even
Okay.
scared to drive. I'm scared to get into the car and drive because I'm scared that something could happen to us.
Okay. So let me ask you this, are you currently having any thoughts or ideas of hurting your baby or
No,
yourself?
no.
All right. All right. So what I want to do, Miss Mindy, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you a few questions just to get more of an idea of what your thought process is, what's going on, some of your inner emotions, and then we'll figure out a plan for you, okay, to
Okay,
help you
okay.
with this situation. Because I definitely want you to enjoy being mommy. I want you to enjoy being your baby,
Yeah,
being around your baby and not having these images, these thoughts.
right.
Okay. All righty. Um, so tell me, have you been able to laugh and see the funny side of things in the last 7 days?
No, no,
No.
no,
Okay.
not at all. I would say
Not at
not at
all.
all.
Okay. And all these questions pertain to the last 7, 10 days. Okay.
Okay.
So, um, have you looked forward with any enjoyment to things? Like maybe watching a movie, listening to music, anything that brings enjoyment to you in the last 7 days?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. Do you find yourself often blaming yourself when things go wrong?
Yes,
You do. How often?
very often.
Very often. And when you say very often, are we seeing on a daily basis, constantly, once a week, twice a week,
I would probably say maybe 5 days out of the week.
5 days of the week?
Mhm.
Okay. Do you often find yourself being anxious or worried for no good reason
All the time.
all the time? Okay. When you say all the time, is that new since the birth of your baby, or have you felt like that before?
Since the birth of my baby.
Since the birth of your baby. Okay. So have you felt scared or panicky for no very good reason?
Yes, all the
Yes,
time.
all the time. Okay. Um, what about do you think do you have things been getting do you things have been getting on top of you? Like maybe imagining things getting on top of you. You see images on your body or anything like that.
No, not at all.
Okay. Tell me about your sleep time. Are you having difficulties time sleeping?
I am.
You
I
are?
barely get to sleep, even during the day when she's napping and everybody tells me to go take a nap. I lay there and my mind is just racing.
Just raising. Okay.
Yeah. I would probably say I get, oh, I don't know, maybe 4 hours of sleep a day.
And those 4 hours, are they good quality 4 hours or are they restless 4 hours?
They're broken up and restless.
Okay. Um, have you felt sad or miserable?
Yes,
How often?
pretty often.
Pretty often. Okay. Um, do you feel so unhappy that you just cry all the time?
Yes, very
Yeah,
often.
very often on that as well.
Mm,
Have you thought about hurting yourself or anybody or your babies?
no,
No. Okay.
just what I envision. I don't want to, but I see it happening, and I think of it happening, but I don't want to. You know,
Okay. Alrighty.
is
So
that is that me thinking, or is that just my mind? Is that
no, it can
me?
be, yeah, it can be multiple things. And I don't want you to blame yourself and think that you're a bad individual or mom. It has anything that doesn't have anything to do with you yourself. I would like to run some additional tests, maybe check your thyroid levels, your hormone levels, making sure that after pregnancy, the hormone levels are coming down as well. Because if it's not, that might be contributing to what we call depression, what we call postpartum depression, okay, shortened for PDD. There's therapies that I want to do treatment with you, okay? And so that way we have some short-term goals and some long-term goals. The first one is, first of all, do some lab work to see, make sure that, there's something not, with your thyroid going on and that we're missing something, maybe anemic or some type of mineral or anything like that.
Okay.
And then once those come back, I would definitely want to start you on an antidepressant. Are you open to starting with an antidepressant?
Anything to feel better.
Okay, this antidepressant, it's Prozac. Okay, it's going to help both your depression, your mood, and your anxiety at the same time.
Okay.
Now, do realize that you're not going to feel the effects of it right away. It can take up to maybe 2 weeks is maybe the starting of the peak, but usually 4 to 6 weeks. But
Okay.
at the 2 weeks, I want to see you a little bit more energetic, better thoughts. Okay, and then going
Okay.
from there.
Okay.
Um, do note that with an SSRI as well, you might start, if now that you're depressed, let me ask you this: how is your sexuality with your husband? Because it will cause low libido. It will cause some
Oh,
side effects. I want you to feel
girl,
like
don't
it.
even worry about that right now. That's the last thing on my mind after having this baby. Oh no, no, no.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And that's fine. I just want to make
And I
sure
feel
that,
bad for
as I
him, but
mentioned.
no. Mhm.
Okay. And then also I would like to do a dual therapy with you and send you out to additional counseling with myself as talk therapy, and then maybe some counseling on the side as well. Okay.
Okay.
So, we'll meet twice a week to start off with and see where you're going with that. And then we'll reevaluate and then go from there. Sounds good?
Sounds good. I
Alrighty.
I see some positivity there. Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, do know that if during the first 2 weeks of you taking this antidepressant, if your symptoms worsen to where you start having suicidal thoughts or ideas, or those images get more disturbing to where you're imagining, you should drop your child or do any type of harmful ideas, please reach out to me. I'm going to attach my phone number, 24-hour hotline as well. Please reach out to somebody. Okay.
Okay.
All
Sounds good.
righty. Do you have any further questions for me, Miss Mindy?
No, I do not at this point.
Okay, then I will plan to see you again next week to follow up about your labs. And I'll probably get them sooner and I'll call in that prescription for you. Okay,
Okay. Sounds
all
good.
righty.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.